Hey everyone, I'm Ultimate456, you're the Ultimates, and welcome to episode 184 of Let's Platinum and 100% Nioh. Alright, let's head over to the Plane of Infinity again and see if we can remove this confusion status ailment. So as I said last time, just to confirm, floors 1 to 5 take place on the difficulty level of Way of the Samurai. Floors 6 to 10 take place on difficulty level Way of the Strong, so New Game Plus. Sorry, let me just... There we go. And floors 11 to 20 will take place on Way of the Demon. Beyond that, you've got floors 21 to 30, which is Way of the Wise. And then the final floor is floor 999. I am going the wrong way. The final floor is floor 999, and from floors 31 all the way to 999, it takes place on Way of the Nioh, but we're not going to be going all that way. I was like, hopefully it's nothing that spawns here, but you can see that time it took 4 hits and I was using the flame, so a little bit stronger. Oh, come on guys. 1, 2, 3. Alright, hopefully we can get through this like relatively quickly. Just trying to think, because I need to get... The only other thing I need to do is obviously get a Yata mirror, and there's a chance that it will drop during the Abyss, which would be really nice. Okay, Derek is actually a little bit harder than he seems. I don't know, I seem to remember him killing me, but it seems impossible now based on how much damage he's doing. Okay, that's good. So next floor, what was I saying? Yeah, we still need to get a Yata mirror, and I'm just trying to think of like, if I don't get it, like how am I going to do it? If I don't get it, one of the best ways to get it is to do the Fair for the Afterlife over and over and over again. You just defeat those first 4, what are they called again? Braves, first 4 Braves, and they just drop so many items that it's bound to be there eventually. So it might, you know, hopefully it doesn't come to that, but if it does, that's what you can do. It didn't come to that on my practice playthrough because obviously it was a lot of practice, so there was a lot of messing up, getting things wrong. Is this in the same place? It kind of looks like it's in the same place. Let's try again. Yes, it is. Maybe. Maybe. Yeah! It actually did damage to me. That was very quick. That was awesome. Alright, let's run. Oh yeah, those, I forgot to show that off actually. These little things that we put the orbs in that other stage, they just activate once you've, you know, cleared out a negative status effect. So there's that as well. Okay, who's next? I don't have it open. I mean, don't have it scroll to the right place. Oh yeah, I thought it was Honda. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's Honda, but yeah. So it doesn't block a lot. Now don't get complacent, even on Way of the Samurai. Go in with the mentality, it's like, you know, you're here to win. So, yeah, just make sure to do that. Because you just don't want to lose. Like, losing is in here is just really annoying. I don't know what it is. It's just there's something about losing in here that's really annoying. I just got an Umbra sight there, which is actually really cool. Actually, that's another thing I should talk about. So, obviously, with the nature of how this works, like, and how I typically tend to do certain, like, I guess how I typically tend to practice things. Like, I guess I'll give you my sort of train of thought. When I was playing the game for the first time, my intention, like, I knew about the Abyss, I knew that I'd have to do it eventually, but my intention was like, I don't want to do the Abyss just yet. And the main reason for that was because the main game was already like pretty overwhelming, and I thought I don't want to add in another like bit of extra information that I'm gonna have to learn eventually. Like right now, like I'm still trying to learn the the deeper intricacies of the game. So there was a part of me that's like, I don't want to do the Abyss yet because it's just more information to digest, and I'm full. I'm at capacity basically. Even though I was fairly confident that had I taken the time to learn the Abyss, which to be honest, it actually doesn't take as long as I thought it would, there was a chance that, you know, some good could have come out of it. So for example, Umbra Sight, I just got there, so I wouldn't have had to do a what's called the Twilight mission on Way of the Samurai if I had done that. But it's possible that I would have been able to get, I guess depending on when I did it, I would have been able to get like a good ethereal item, which might have like made things easier on Way of the Demon in that kind of respect. So yeah, it's just kind of one of those things where definitely what I've noticed, and probably one of the reasons why I even started doing this stuff in the first place is, and I think I've told this story before, but it's like whenever I finish the game, like to platinum 100% completion or whatever, I was always like, man, if I had to do that again right now, it would take me like nowhere near as much time. Like I would save so much time just because I knew, oh, we did get a defiled piece, Warrior of the West Doe. I'll show that off in just a moment once we get over to the next floor here. Oh, I will read that next. I think it might have said a different message or something. So if we go to new items, here we go. Warrior of the West Doe. So it's a defiled item. That's its only special effect. Let's see what it says here. Stained by the pollution of the yokai realm, this item cannot be equipped, nor can its special effects be viewed. If you die, it will remain at your grave, but if your grave is lost, any defiled items will be lost with it. As you proceed through the stages of the Abyss, the item's value will increase by 1, up to a maximum of 3, and the higher this number becomes, the greater the item's abilities will be when you purify it. Okay, I actually hadn't read that before. Look at the defense multiplier, 905. Let's compare that to what I'm wearing right now. Oh, it's the same. That's still a very good piece of gear then in that case. You know what? There is one other thing I wanted to do, and that is usable items. Just going to grab my samurai locks here. And I think I have some more Master Onmyo, and for whatever reason I have this one here as well. Alright, brilliant. Yeah, so my, I guess not my strategy, but my philosophy, I guess, when it came to Platinum games was the best way to do it is finish the game completely, learn everything that you possibly can about the game before you start making the guide, because that will give you the best guide overall. Now, obviously, that's extremely difficult to do when you just don't have enough time. Like I guess the thing with my Bloodborne one was, obviously it was my first guide, so it was like I had all the time in the world. Where am I going? And the mistake that I made was not one that, like, it wasn't like I had it definitely wasn't like I had intended on making the mistake. It was just one of those things where I hadn't considered, I hadn't realized the possibility of those specific choices and making that mistake. Even though I did finish the entire thing first, you know, it was just sort of like, how was I supposed to predict what was going to happen? What I should have done though was I should have I should have given myself a bit of a contingency plan with either creating a backup save or fighting Rom first and then getting the other umbilical cord. But no, I chose to, you know, bite off way more than I could chew, and I paid the price for it. But at the same time, it was also like I was really excited to get it done. But yeah, having that first, like doing Bloodborne that first time, obviously I had like all the time in the world, but I don't always have all the time in the world to play a game to its completion before actually starting it. So that's what makes it hard. Okay, we've got a smithing text for White No Choco Cup. You're going to get a lot of those in here, by the way. So let me read this. You are able to proceed to the next floor. You will be unable to bring back your defiled items until you complete the floor. Are you sure you want to proceed? Yes. Yeah, so once you go to the next floor, you can't leave the the abyss, you have to keep going. We might even be able to... From this floor onwards, there will be more abnormal status effects that afflict you. One or more of the status effects will be assigned randomly to a plane. Okay, cool. I believe the different status effects that you get afflicted with are the same. So like each floor has their own set of 4. However, which ones you actually end up getting, that might be different. So, you know, each floor has its own 4, but you might get a different one than I did. Like a different of the 4 than I did. Alright, let's see. We're doing pretty well. Wait, what? Okay. I do not know where the thing is. I'm hoping it's this way. It's got to be this way, surely. It usually is. Okay, somewhere over there. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go through this door. And try and find it. Oh, right. It's here. Silly. Don't fall. Okay, good. I should have looked at the radar for that. Maybe. I want to go through here. Oh, I think I might have found it. Legend. Holy crap, that was awesome. I can't believe I found that. That's so cool. Another thing you might... Oh, hang on just one second. I just want to check. Yeah, okay, cool. I accidentally minimized my recording software and I was just making sure that it was up so I knew how much time I was recording. One thing that you may have not noticed is that each time, because we're proceeding through the different new games, I should say, like, you know, Way of the Samurai, all that kind of stuff, because, oh, it's wife versus husband. Come on. The law battle. What was I saying? Yeah, as we're proceeding through the different New Game Pluses, we're actually... do it again. Thank you. We're actually gaining more and more Amrita. So I was on like, what, 7 million... Is that 73 million 290 something, I think it was. And I just went up to 73... I was on 72 million, I think. I don't know. Ooh, almost clicked on the wrong one. I don't know what I was on, but I went up by, you know, a very slight amount. But as soon as we get to like floor 11 with Way of the Demon, you're going to start seeing like these massive increases. Let's check the warrior. Let's check this again. Okay, it now says defiled items 3. Very interesting. Now I did say up to a maximum of 3, so let's confirm that once we've completed the next section. I like this. I love the design of this place. Like, it's completely separate from the main game. Obviously, it interacts with the main game through the defiled items, but I just love this idea. It's a really clever concept. I mean, I'm sure it's been in other games before. I'm trying to think of something where, like, maybe you could attribute it to, on a very base level, you could kind of compare it with, what were they called? Special Ops or something? Spec Ops or something? Is it Special Ops in, like, Modern Warfare 2, I want to say? Where they created this kind of, it could be a solo affair, or it could be, or you could do it, like, with a friend, and there were these special missions that you could complete. I just got to be careful here. So there were these special missions that you could complete, and they were very, very difficult. But if you did them with a friend, you could actually get through them fairly easily, depending on how good both of you were. This is very risky. Come on, dude. Fall off. Oh. Jerk. Thank you. Oh, I can't carry any more? Oh, okay. Apparently 8 is my maximum. That's the first time this ever happened. Alright, let's see. Now I do have to fight one more, don't I? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so it's kind of like the Spec Ops mode. I mean, obviously, you know, it's completely different than that. But what I mean is it's another way to play. Like, it's another single player mode, which is really cool. I think, and as well, this is like another element of... there is another one I can kind of think of, but again, it's not super related. if you go all the way back to Ocarina of Time, when I think it was in the original, I can't remember if it was in the original as well, but if you go all the way back to Ocarina of Time, there was a version of the game called Master Quest, and Master Quest was basically, it was the exact same game, except the world was mirrored and the items were like sort of rejigged, like they appeared in different places. You had to, I can't remember it 100%. I know I played it and it was really, really fun to play, but it was just like supposedly like a slightly more difficult version using the same game and just putting stuff in different places. And I think it's also what's given birth to the concept of randomizers. I'm just going to check this again. Okay, yeah, 3. So 3 is the highest. It's also what's given birth to this concept of randomizers. If you're unfamiliar, there's a bunch of speedrunners who, I don't know how they do this, but they get like the game's code. If the game releases on PC, it's basically like free reign, because you get these amazing like coders and hackers who like get the source code of the game, and they go in there and they change things around, and like, while I think, you know, in terms of legality, there's a lot of gray areas, and in regards to doing that in the first place, you have to give props to these people who love video games so much that they're able to go, you know what, like, I really like this game, but what would make it better? What about this? You know what I mean? And what if we do this instead? How about if we change this into this? Oh, I know, let's make a whole game, like, let's make the game again. Huh, that was funny. Took me out of the triple Tory gate, and oh my god, I thought the game broke. That took so long to load. But yeah, like these individuals have said, okay, what if we were to make a randomizer? And someone's like, what's a randomizer? It's like, well, what if we have the game, right? And we all know where this item is, and we all know where that item is and all that. But what if when you open that chest, or when you go to that place, it wasn't that item, but it was a different item? And then, you know, that just continued and propagated throughout the whole game. Like, that's insane to me. That, like, it's such a good concept. And to be honest, like, I've been watching stuff like you got the Ocarina of Time randomizer, the Kingdom Hearts 2 randomizer. Is there anything else that I've been watching? The original, or the Resident Evil remake randomizer, the first one, the one that appeared on like GameCube and then was re-released in HD. That one's really good. But you've got these like crazy randomizers, and they're so fun to watch, and on top of that, what's the other thing? On top of that, the code, like the original source code, some of the original developers, you know, when they wrote the code for that game, it's crazy to think that some of these games can be shifted around so much and the game doesn't break. Like, I think Kingdom Hearts 2 is widely respected as like one of the greatest, like most well-coded games ever, because you can do so much stuff in that game without like hard locking it, or without the game like freaking out. I think Resident Evil is the same thing, but it's just so cool. And to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if in a few years we start seeing companies release games, you know, very fun, like really popular games, hopefully on the level of Ocarina of Time, KH2, Resident Evil. Like, hopefully we see some games that are, I might die here. I'm trying to get away. Hopefully we see some really cool new IP release that everyone loves. Okay, that's fine. Now I release the Guardian Spirit and chop you. I'm gonna heal while I'm in Guardian Spirit, and hopefully that works. So that when I come out of Guardian Spirit, yep, good. Full health. Alright, that was a bit risky. I'm talking a lot, so my... oh, okay, we're fine. So my my concentration is dropping slightly. Alright, this will be the last one that we do for this episode. I actually have to check which floor we're on, I believe. Alright, we're on floor 9. Yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll just make next episode a little bit longer, and we'll try and finish it. So next episode might not necessarily be the last episode, because I've still got to find the Yata mirror. But actually, technically, yeah, that's a problem. Alright, yeah, probably next episode will be the last episode then. In that case, I'll just get the Artemira off screen and we'll just finish it at some point there. But yeah, like I was saying, I wouldn't be surprised if some companies started making randomizers an actual thing for all of their games moving forward. I mean, obviously not all of their games, but anything that requires like progression, where you have to collect items from different like chests and bosses and all that kind of stuff, which is quite a lot of games. You can randomize that content, and they just make so much cool stuff. I mean, wasn't like one of the earliest concepts of this like Gary's mod, I think, on like Half-Life, and I think Team Fortress 2 was also a mod, something like that. It's just really cool to see. All right, so let me just double check where I am. So floor 10. Kelly, yeah, okay, so there's one more, and then we move into the Way of the Demon. So I think we'll stop here. And we'll come back next time and try and finish everything. Actually, it might be a bit harder, so there might be actually an extra episode after this. After the next one, so we'll see. Anyway, I want to thank you all for watching episode 184 of Let's Platinum at 100% Nioh. My name's Ultima456, you're the Ultimates, and I'll see you next time.